So I'm just going to get right into it. So the main reason I wanted to speak about this topic is what I've noticed and what I've realized recently online and just from what I've heard a lot of people talking about. There appears to be an overwhelming majority of people, men, still living by the code that you need to be nice guys. Myself, I'm 33 years old, single, childless, never married, no kids. And I've had some life experiences. Okay. And over the past 5 years, what I've started to pick up on and started to realize more so than anything is there's a lot of people still living by the code that you need to be a nice guy to be able to have success when it comes to dating. And what I will add to this conversation is that's a lie. That's a lie that's been told to a lot of men growing up that, hey, be nice, open the door, chivalry, the Disney fairy tale type stuff. But what I've realized and what a lot of men have realized is when you get a bit older and you start living some more life, you don't really get rewarded for engaging in that type of behavior. Why? Because what people say they are attracted to is not what they actually are attracted to. People can say one thing, but your results say another. I know me personally, in the past, when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, and I had, for example, a girlfriend, one of my first girlfriends, and I was, like head over heels for her. I was really invested in that relationship. And during that relationship, I would call her, I would text her, I was always there, I was emotionally available. And I was being what people would call a simp, a beta male, all of those things, because that's what I was taught to be at that time. And long story short, what I'll say is it didn't work out in my favor. She was not faithful to me. She was just out there, just disrespected me in a bunch of different ways and pretty much just didn't respect me in that relationship. And I understand that. I understand it now because I wasn't being the man that I was supposed to be. I was still in process. I was still trying to figure things out. And I'll say with all of the relationships I've had in my life, I don't speak ill about any of my past relationships or anything like that, but it did help me to learn some things about what women actually want. That's the purpose of this live. It's not going to be long. This is going to be a quick hitter, but I wanted to let you know this. As a man, you need to learn the subtle art of not giving a fuck. Hear me out. You need to not give an F sometimes to actually get the results that you want. Just because someone is in your presence, someone is somebody that you want to be around, doesn't mean that they're for you or that they need to be in your life for the long haul. So what I realized, I started getting results with dating and with interactions with people when I started to have an abundance mindset where it's like, hey, if things don't work out with you, cool, you can go your own way. I'm fine. I got other options. I got other things that I'm doing. Your Like the women in my life or the significant others, whatever, is not the sole purpose. I think as a man, they can't be the sole purpose of your life. You need to have more things going on, because I think what happens is people can sense, women can sense if they are your sole priority as a man and they don't respect you for it. I'm just going to be real. I'm just going to be honest. The majority of the time, if you're engaging in beta behaviors, pandering behavior, simping behavior, it's usually because you have a low confidence and you're putting the person up on this high pedestal. And let's be honest, the woman is not going to respect that type of behavior, because it shows, like, why are you allowing me to do this? Why do you think so highly of me? Why are you, placating to me? When what women for the most part are attracted to, they're attracted to confidence. They're attracted to somebody who has things going on. They're attracted to somebody who is making moves. And that's contrary to that type of behavior. So long story short, I wish that I knew this when I was a youngster growing up, that, hey man, nice guys finish last. And I would guess, let me check the sound levels. I would guess that the majority of men have actually realized that in their lives as well. How many times, men, talk to me, how many times have you been dating a chick, dating a girl, and you liked her, you were like really into her? I've been there. You were really into her, and you are doing the most. You're texting her all the time. You're really attentive. You're trying to put in that extra effort, and she pulls away from you. She is distant. She really doesn't want to have anything to do with you. After a while, she ghosts you, or she just, puts you in the friend zone. It happens a lot to men as we're growing up. It's happening to me. It definitely has happened to me. And I don't think they are saying that you're a bad person. It's just they're not attracted to somebody who is putting them up on a pedestal like that, and that's just being a nice guy. It doesn't work. This is what you need to do. You need to be able to say, I don't give an F, respectfully. Not in a rude way, but you need to not have her as your priority of your life. You need to have outcomes. You need to have goals. You need to have things that you want to get done. And you will be respected for that. So when I stopped putting the women in my life as a priority and I started prioritizing what I wanted to do, I actually got better outcomes. It's weird. What you've been taught growing up, for the most part as a man, is a lie. Nice guys finish last. I would say you don't need to be rude, but you need to be confident and being able to say, you know what? I don't give an F, okay? Trust me, that is what I learned more so than anything as I've matured and gotten older when it comes to dating. I see a lot of young men talking about, how do I attract women? How do I get a relationship? Part of it needs to be that you need to know that you bring something to the table, and you need to stop putting such a high pedestal on women that you could possibly be dating or possibly have a relationship with. That's a big mistake that a lot of young people and a lot of men have, just because a lot of men have not been taught that their time matters, their attention matters. What they have going on is they got good things that they're bringing to the table, because the culture has been so skewed the other way that you need to impress a woman, you need to open the door, you need to be chivalrous and all that type of stuff, when it's not really rewarded for the most part. Now, there's one caveat to all of this that I don't want to gloss over. All the stuff that I'm talking about right now is mute if the person's not attracted to you. It doesn't really matter what you say if the girl's not attracted to you. Sorry. Sorry about the sounds there. That's just the honest truth. If the person's not attracted to you, it really doesn't matter what you say. This is with the assumption that the person is attracted to you. If the person's attracted to you, they want you to still not be a nice guy. They want you to be confident. All right. They want you to have your own things going on, have an abundance mindset where you could take or leave stuff, because those are innately attractive. It shows that you have things going on in your life and you're not making them a sole priority, because honestly, they don't respect that and they get annoyed by it easily. That's just been my experience as a man in my 33 years moving through life. I also want to say this. As a young man, as somebody still trying to figure out what you're going to be doing with your life, it's in your best interest to put your priorities, your goals, what you want to accomplish in the world first. Don't be wasting and spending your last money from your paycheck trying to take somebody out on a date that doesn't care about you at all. And I said this in my last live stream. Somebody that has you in their phone as Taco Tuesday, literally as the contact name. We've heard about this. There are women who put foodie dates. There are women who put guys in phones just as food, just using you as a meal for one night of the week. And they have a rotation of people, that are like that. Don't be that guy. But I can tell you this. If you are not practicing the art of not giving an F, you will be that guy. Sometimes you need to just be assertive, be direct when you're interacting with people and let them know what your intentions are. And that means some people are going to pass you by and say no and go another way. But it's better for that to happen than you spending time being in the friend zone with people and not really getting any outcomes that you want because you're trying to be this nice guy and you're playing in this friend zone area. No, I would rather have you be direct with people, let your intentions be known, and let the person take or leave if they want to spend time with you. All right. Now, for you to get the outcomes that you want, you have to you need to honestly look at your situation and say, hey, am I fit? Am I doing the things that I need to do on a financial level? Am I improving? And then move on from there. If there's areas of improvement, which we all have, you should start working on those things. However, living and being in that nice guy frame is not a good place to be as a man. It's not going to help you at all. Because even though they won't say it for the most part, women respect a man who's confident, brash, a little bit arrogant, because then you can have some good banter back and forth. And because men who are like that are men who are going to accomplish things and going to bring the bag home. Let's be honest. Those are just traits of people who are traditionally masculine and successful. So you don't need to be rude, but you need to have confidence and awareness about what's going on. And somebody that's confident is not going to be in the friend zone, just hanging out, chilling, and texting good morning text all the time. Ain't got time for that. What do you mean? I already said what my intentions was from the jump. If you don't want to be with me, cool. That's your prerogative. You don't have to be with me. But I want more people to not be wasting their time in relationships, in situations that are not serving them at all. I would rather not have any interaction with you than to be in the friend zone for an unforeseen amount of time that's not serving you at all. You know what I'm saying? What's the point in that? So I think it's high time that more men start being men. You don't have to be nice. You need to be assertive. You need to be confident. You need to have awareness about what's going on today. Hey, you got to also be realistic with your expectations. I mean, if you're 260 pounds as a man, you got a huge belly, you know that you don't qualify for a baddie at that point. Come on, let's be honest. All right. So I want you to be honest about your situation, but know that being a nice guy is not going to help you. It really isn't. That's been my experience. Let me know what yours has been. If you've had any different, results than me. But I would guess the majority of men who have been nice guys are taking L's on a daily basis, and they constantly get this when trying to get in a relationship or pursue anything with the woman. They constantly are getting this. This is my last word. No. That's just the honest truth. Oh, we got Yoga with Denise. Shout out to you. Hey, from New York. Shout out to you. Hello from Michigan. Shout out to you, Yoga with this Denise. Good afternoon to you. So yeah, I just wanted to do an impromptu live here and talk about the art of saying F it. It's going to help you out at the end of the day. And like I said in my last live stream, I'm going to be doing more of these live streams, just short, quick to the point. I'm going to be adding in where people can interact as well. But I think it's important to have these conversations as a man and to kind of share knowledge about our experience, things that we've went through. I've done that in the past. Forgive me for I have simped. Please help. I want to help you to not experience the same situations. And this was years ago. This was like 14, 15 years ago. But forgive me for I have simped. And during that time, I thought that it was the right thing to do. And when I got cheated on or when I wasn't getting the results that I wanted and people were running over me, I was kind of looking for answers like, this is what I was taught as a young person. This is what my mom taught me. This is what women in my life told me to do. This is what the media told me to do, to be nice, to open doors, to be attentive and all those type of things. And that's what I was doing when I was growing up, when I was a teen and when I was a young man. But it wasn't being reciprocated in the feedback I was getting back and the results I was getting back from the women that I had in my life. So over time as a man, you get a bit jaded and then you start to realize and be aware and you become more aware, like that simp stuff and that, being the super nice guy doesn't serve you at all. It doesn't help you. And you start getting better results when you just start saying, F it, I'm going to do what I want to do. You don't want to, I'm going to be direct. Hey, this is what I am expecting. And this is what I want to get out of this relationship. If you with it, cool. I want this to just be casual. Or I want something more serious, but you're just upfront with it because you don't want to waste your time. I'd rather have you going through your life like that rather than wasting time trying to please and really, you're just sugarcoating shit when you're sitting there in the friend zone or you're trying to be a nice guy most of the time. And that's what women can sift out. They can sift out when you're there and you really got other intentions, but you're just kind of, they can sense it. All right. I would rather have you not be in that situation. It'll save you a lot of time. It'll save you some awkwardness and just trust me, man. There's better ways to spend your time, at least spend your time with somebody that wants you to be there and it's not just using you as a proverbial emotional tampon, as we've all experienced at some point or another in our simping days. All right. So we're not all perfect. We're in process. We're trying to get better. And I'm going to leave you with this. You need to analyze your past and things that you've went through to be able to have a better future and better outcomes moving forward. One thing that YouTube and just listening to other men's stories has taught me is we have similar experiences as men, and using a platform like YouTube to speak about what we've experienced individually and collectively will help us to continue to move the conversation forward to ultimately get better outcomes, no matter what that is for you. So if this is your first time listening or watching, my name is Monte Lee. I'm the host here of the Karat Juice Podcast. Here on the Karat Juice Podcast, we talk about popular culture. I talk about dating, true crime, and I also add in tips to become more productive. So if you want to create content, if you want to be a content creator, if you want to create a podcast, I have information in my catalog and videos in my catalog to show you how to do that. You can also visit my website at karatjuicepodcast.com, where you can get everything Karat Juice Podcast there and all of my content, what have you. And also follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at Karat Juice Podcast, TikTok on Karat Juice Podcast. You can get clips from the podcast. And I'm also going to be doing live streams only here on YouTube. So make sure that you hit a like and subscribe and hit all on the notifications. So anytime I go live, you can get notified. I want to have more interaction here on YouTube with people. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing live streams more regularly. We're going to be talking about some trending topics this week, things that are going on in the news. There are some very hot topics with cases right now. We have the Amber Heard trial is happening. There were also some allegations, some false accusations when it comes to Fresh and Fit that I might have to cover. There's a plethora of things that's going on. We got the Gunna Young Thug RICO case that I could possibly cover as well. There's a lot of things happening here in the culture. So I'm going to make sure that I am more, what's the best way to put this? I want to get more engagement here on this channel. So I'm going to be reaching out to the audience to get some type of interaction. I don't know if that's going to be through having you actually come up or a call in type of scenario, but I want you to interact and I want you to get your thoughts on some of these things we're going to be talking about on this channel. So I appreciate you being active and listening on this YouTube channel. Go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And until we speak next time, I'll see you. Peace.